Hello and welcome. My name is Natasha. This is the home of embodied spirituality, and I'm delighted to be sharing with you further details about Freedom, the Retreat Experience, which is my premium in-person immersion taking place in the spring of 2026 in the south of France. This creation, the heart of this creation, is around embodied soul freedom. The essence of this experience has been crafted and divinely orchestrated. I'm just the steward of this creation. It's been divinely orchestrated to support deep sensual revival, a luxuriating experience of the self through deep embodiment, exploration of the self through sound and movement and art and play, conscious communion, intimacy, vulnerability with our kin, communion with the earth, as well as a very robust revealing of the true self. So this entire immersion is being offered as a chamber of self-discovery, rediscovery of who you truly are. When you strip away all of the masks, all of the facades, when you allow your eternal innocence, your unguarded presence to be seen, felt, witnessed, and moved, you will experience soul freedom, perhaps to degrees that you've not yet experienced in this life, or you wish to re-experience and re-embody. So I'd like to start by giving a little bit of context as to the inception point of this creation, what really inspired it, because everything that I channel and share and create is not coming from will. As I said, I'm the steward of my creations at an earthly level. I'm just the arms and the eyes and the legs birthing this into physical form. The blueprint, the etheric blueprint of this creation already existed, and it required me to tune in and open and to receive it. And that truly happened during my pilgrimage to the south of France earlier this year, when I visited several sites associated with Mary Magdalene and her passage to France after Yeshua's crucifixion. And this land in the south of France, and it does extend through, both east and western regions, but I was in the east for this pilgrimage. So I visited several sacred sites where she's said to have resided and continued her ministry in Yeshua's name and in Yeshua's tradition, and indeed as his divine consort, to share the union teachings, the teachings of the rose-Christed path. And while I was communing with the land and visiting the sacred cave where she's said to have spent much time, and as I was visiting all of these sites associated with her energy, and indeed the energy of the goddess and the Divine Mother, it was so clear to me that the land was asking for a joyous, sensual reclamation, because the story of Mary Magdalene and indeed Christ's teachings have been hijacked by the Roman Catholic Church, and now modern Christianity in its very fundamentalist form outright denies and even condemns the tantric union path that Yeshua and Mary Magdalene were truly conveying. This path of wholeness, this path of self-mastery, this path of direct communion with God, this path of freedom and embodiment that is directly accessible to us through our hearts. It is not a path of dogma. It is not a path of rigidity. It's not a path of submission in the sense that submission requires, within the Catholic or Christian framework, it requires a denial of the true self. This is not a hierarchical becoming. This is us remembering that we are embodiments and expressions of God's source on earth. And so when I was with this land, it was really clear to me that my task and my particular node of expression is designed to support people with radical self-expression, embodiment, creative freedom, and reigniting joy. Deep, deep joy. Because this has been my pathway. This has been my path of reclamation for myself, aided tremendously by my Kundalini awakening and what the goddess Shakti has taught me directly through direct experience. And so this retreat comes to you as a fusion of my path as a Kundalini priestess, as a devotee of the path of union, as someone devoted to rewilding the soul and whose path is one of radical truth, authenticity, embodiment, freedom, freedom beyond dogma, freedom beyond limitations in consciousness, embodied soul freedom, expansion of consciousness. And this offering is a fusion of all of the elements that I would have wanted to experience and indeed would still like to experience that I haven't seen offered anywhere else. And that wasn't a willful conjuring. This is just the way that it's been gestated and brought into my awareness to bring through. So I will be leading us through an immersion designed to awaken both spiritual awareness, self-mastery. So there will be a foundation in the essentials of our awakening process: meditation, mindful movement through yoga asana, yoga nidra, some breathing, pranayam. There will be a foundation of and a routine, a ritual, a daily ritual offered to support the anchoring of our spirituality into our bodies. And then there will be a further exploration of the spiritual self through sound, including the voice, movement, including intuitive dance, writing, both self-exploration based writing and creative writing, art, so really allowing ourselves to play creatively through, physical apparatus. We'll be working with chalks and paints, and embodied play and exploration. So this will be a bit more archetypal, a little bit feeding into my love of drama and theatre. And there'll be an opportunity for deep, deep communion with soulkin, to be able to experience the embrace of true belonging, because the highest invitation of this space is for us to drop the guards, to drop the masks, to, through the course of our time together, sink into a state of flow and effortless becoming, where we just allow ourselves to unfurl into our natural fullness. Like a lotus opening to the sun, it's just an effortless unfolding that happens naturally when the right conditions are available to us. And what do I mean by the right conditions? I mean safe conditions. I mean conditions that support nervous system regulation and body safety, which is the foundations of a true integrated awakening. We cannot awaken if we don't feel safe at a human level. We cannot open to the fullness of our souls if we do not feel regulated in our nervous systems. So this is paramount to this offering. There will be a foundation of us regulating the nervous systems, flowing through the day with plenty of spaciousness for both your own introspection as well as immersion into these dynamic chambers of experience. It's going to be highly interactive, highly embodied, of course. There'll be lots of time for individual, pair and group work, collaboration, play, creation. It's also being hosted in a stunning space, a space that sung to me the moment I found it. And I've looked at well over a dozen sites at this point. And across the board, everyone that I've consulted to get the reflection of has confirmed that this space has something really special about it. It's nestled in the forest of the Pyrenees. It is a luxurious, high quality space, which further reinforces the essence of this immersion, because this is a high quality premium immersion, not just at the level of the accommodation and the venue itself, but the teachings, the depth to which we're going to be journeying together The depth to which I'm encouraging your soul's nobility, regality, and dignity to shine forth. This is a space akin to the mystery schools, where there is a real invitation for us to allow our authentic, unguarded innocence to shine forth. And that is a very, very challenging, raw, and vulnerable thing to do in our everyday lives, because often we don't feel safe to. We don't feel safe in connection. We don't feel safe in our environments to unsheath ourselves, to uncloak ourselves, to be who we truly are, to speak our truth, to express with full freedom and in an unapologetic manner. And so this is a chamber for us to really become well habituated in this, that this becomes the new normal for us, to be able to embody this body more deeply, to feel safer in this body, to be in connection to the soul's truth and how it wishes to express and create in the world. And so with this chamber, there is the invitation for you to then take everything that we integrate and continue to embody in this way and expand upon this in your everyday life. And so if you feel the call to join this immersion, you're likely ready to shed shame, guilt, denial, repression, suppression around your voice, around how you move in your body, around how much space you take up in your experience, around who and what you make the center of your experience, because first and foremost, your embodiment should be the center of your experience. But most people have their focus externally on other people's energy, and they are prioritizing external energies. This is a call to bring you back to yourself, to bring the soul to be fully embodied in this form, so that you are the central tenet of your experience and your soul's guidance is the central guiding principle, and everything flows from that space. This is how I live my life. Deeper soul embodiment happens for me every single day, and I continue to be in awe of the magic that unfolds when I commit and devote myself to living this way. It is miraculous what's possible when we let the divine and indeed the innate wisdom of the soul, which is available to all beings, to guide us. Life moves from a state of force to flow, from contraction to ease and feeling effortless, from fear to deep safety, even in times of great uncertainty. This is what I wish to really support the facilitation of in this experience, for you to really know freedom, what it feels like in your body, what it feels like to live this way. And I will be supported by a beautiful sister who is a fellow priestess, well habituated in this path, who is an amazing artist, an amazing facilitator of the divine feminine reclamation process. And I want to point out this point that this is a mixed group experience. Any body is welcome in this experience. It's available for any being in any body, but we will be naturally working more predominantly with the feminine aspect of all of us. And this is the aspect of us that's creative, sensual, connected to deep soul knowing, works from inspiration, flow. And then our masculine principle creates the containment for that, the boundaries, the structure, the routines, which is what we'll be reinforcing with our spiritual practices, bookending the morning and the evenings. So this is a fully unified field. I'm working with the union architecture to weave this experience at every level. And this is going to really support your direct experience of the union path within yourself, what it means to embody and express your feminine fullness, what it means to embody and express your masculine capacities, and to really recognize that when these two qualities of consciousness come together, there is always a birthing of a third principle, which is that of creation. And that is what comes when we allow the flow of the feminine to marry with the containment of the masculine and that structured orientation. Your soul's path is the creation. Your soul's mission, your soul's blueprint is what is created. Your soul's highest vision is available to you to create on earth. So if you're ready for this, if this is singing to you, there is a wait list available, which is for me to really qualify who's really serious about this offering, because there are limited spaces. The vision I was given was around 8 people to join. The venue I've chosen has the capacity for more. If this really speaks to many, many individuals, I will allow up to 12, but I want this to be a well-contained and fairly intimate experience. And there is the option, if you'd like it, to share rooms on site, and there is also the option for you to occupy a suite on your own. The full details, including confirmed dates, prices, and all the details you need, will be available on my website once I've confirmed with the venue this week all of the details. But provisionally, we're looking at the 11th to the 17th of May as the dates for this immersion. If that changes, it's likely to be the end of April, based on the availability of this venue. So we're looking at 6 days. We're looking between April and May. We are looking at 2 options at a price point around £3,000, give or take, depending on whether you're on the wait list or not, because there is a discount offered for those on the wait list, as well as whether you choose a shared suite or a private suite. And there is the option for payment plans over 6 months for whatever tier you choose. The price point is reflective of the quality of this experience. It's reflective of the venue's quality. It's reflective of all of the elements coming together, that this is a premium experience to reflect premium level teachings, premium level experience. And this is the type of experience that you invest in when you're really ready for true transformation. This is for those of you that are really ready to go all in. I'm inviting participants that are really hungry for this level of alchemy and freedom in their bodies. If you feel the draw, but you also feel like you would turn up and be somewhat of a passive part of this experience, you'd only want to watch, this perhaps isn't the immersion for you. I'm really looking to invite individuals that are ready to get involved, ready at an embodied level to do this work, to open themselves, to be part of a great unfolding, a great becoming within themselves and in conscious community. And I think one of the key elements of this is that the people that are already starting to gravitate towards this offering, I see at a soul level, a deep, deep resonance in the frequency. This is going to really be a space, if you're lacking soul tribe, you're feeling isolated in your path, to meet others who are walking the path that you're walking, one of truth, one of authenticity, one of union, one of great becoming, one of freedom of consciousness and true liberation and soul expansion, conscious evolution. So this is already starting to really attract individuals that I can feel resonate very well together. So this is also going to be just the most rich experience, not just with the food we're eating, which is of the highest local quality, not just at the venue, quality and how premium and beautiful the space is, not just the teachings and how rich they are based on my embodied wisdom and experience, based on Hannah's embodied wisdom experience, based on the group that's going to be there. But it's also going to be so rich in terms of you being able to see what's possible within conscious connection and community, which I think we all are seeking more of. We're all seeking to find our specialized tribes, the ones that really get us, resonate with us, vibrate with us, who we can collaborate with, create with, and expand with. So this is going to be a highly multidimensional, multi-layered experience. Expect magic. Keep your heart and mind open for miracles, breakthroughs, profound transformations. For me, this is one of those once in a lifetime immersions. I feel the consciousness of this creation, and it has a consciousness of its own. I'm just the steward. This is one of those once in a lifetime, like kind of lightning in a bottle experiences that just feels like bang, we're going to enter the space at one level of consciousness, we're going to leave the space at a totally different level of consciousness with greater freedom in the body, greater authenticity ready to be shared in the world, and the flow of creation pulsing through each of us. So full details coming very, very soon. I'll be launching this to the public by the end of October. But if you do wish to join the waitlist to receive an exclusive discount and to get 48 hours notice before I launch this to the public. I suspect that this may fill up very quickly. The waitlist is already pregnant with people who have qualified themselves to say, yes, I'm ready. And that's almost at the capacity that I'd already envisioned. So if you are really feeling this, please join the waitlist. You'll get 48 hours notice. You'll get an exclusive discount on either a shared suite or a single suite. And this, from the very beginning, is going to be a premium experience. You're going to get a brochure with all of the details on how to prepare. It's going to be a fully supported experience. We're going to have check-in calls before the retreat runs. So you'll get a private chat with me just to really feel what you'd like out of this experience. And so we can support the direction and orientation of your consciousness in preparation for the experience. So it is going to be truly magical. And I fully trust this creation. It's leading me, and I feel the bounty of it. So if you're feeling that too, if it's a yes, 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 yes in your body, join the waitlist. Full details coming to the public by the end of October. And I so look forward to seeing those of you that are destined to be there on the land with me. And if you are not feeling a connection to this retreat, but you're really feeling connecting with me in some capacity, it looks like I'm going to be hosting a mini retreat in Australia, likely to be mid-November. So join my email list for details of that. And I'm planning to host another retreat in England in the latter half of 2026, which will be more accessibly priced. It's going to be a bit more earthy. So if you'd like to join me there, again, join my mailing list. You'll receive exclusive discounts as well as downloads from me there. Thank you for your presence. If you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments or email me at templeakasha@gmail.com, and I'll make sure that all of your questions are answered when the retreat page goes live. Many blessings, and I'll see you in the next transmission.